Well, hello everyone and welcome to my Amazon question and answer session. Thank you very much for everyone who's asked me some questions. We're going to get stuck straight in. I'm here in my home office and I've just got my laptop, but there's nobody else here, just me and you guys. So I'm going to start at the start. And we have Jackie Garner, which is a name I remember from the Westlife days. Excuse me. Hello Jackie, and your question is, whose music are you listening to at the moment? And apart from all the music that I listen to all the time, which is, to be honest with you, a lot of older music and stuff that I've collected across the years on my computer, like Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, a lot of 90s R&B, people like D'Angelo and Erykah Badu. In terms of who's out there right now, which is probably a bit more relevant, I do like The Years and Years. I think Ollie is fantastic from The Years and Years. I like The Weeknd. I like Justin Bieber actually. I think he's doing a fantastic job of sort of moving on and evolving, and I think he has been, you know, progressively growing up musically over the last few years. But I think he's finally arrived, and I think he's got some fantastic tunes out there at the moment. Anyway, next question, Davin Denley. Which song in your album reflect most of your experience in life? I would say probably Back to Yours. Back to Yours is the most personal, the most deep. Sometimes I think that I really put this song on my album because it's so personal. So yeah, Back to Yours, I think. So thanks for that question. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly, Davin. Grace Sutter. Which 5 people, not including family? Now hang on a minute. I think Grace won a little Twitter competition before, but anyways, prize number 2. Which 5 people, not including family, would you thank if you were winning a Lifetime Achievement Award? Not including family. I would thank Louis Walsh and the other lads in Westlife, if I can't include my family. And also just one big 5th person, the fans. Definitely. So, Markus Feehily says, who's your favourite superhero? For me, I mean, to be honest, it just has to be Superman, you know. Superman beats Batman, Superman beats Spider-Man, Superman beats the Incredible Hulk, although he was more of a super villain, or was he? So Superman for me. Superman can fly. Superman has got, like, you know, the strength of 1,000 men. Superman has laser beams coming out of his eyes, so it's definitely him. Shlomit, which is another name I recognise off Twitter. What makes you happy? Well, to be honest with you, you know, lots of people would say, oh, food makes me happy, or music makes me happy, or, you know, going out with my friends makes me happy. That's true, but to be honest with you, there's nothing better than sitting at home, surrounded by your family, maybe listening to music and eating food before you go out with your friends. But yeah, so I think being around my family and my loved ones is what makes me happiest. It's when I'm truly sort of just myself and completely all good. Mark's Sexy Lips. And that is Joan Knight 84. Mark's Sexy Lips. That's a nice little username. What's the most amazing experience you've ever had? I'm going to do like a music related one because, you know, there's so many amazing personal experiences, but during my music career, it has to be, you know, meeting your idol. It has to be working with her. You know, we've kind of done things like perform for the Pope in the Vatican. We've done duets with people like Lionel Richie and Sinead O'Connor, Diana Ross. All fantastic, all like, you know, dreams come true. But the one person that I always really, really admired, the one person that got me into, I suppose, soul and gospel and singing, is Mariah Carey, and we got to work with her a long time ago. And then we met her, and once I got over the fact that I was meeting my idol, you know, we went for dinner with her, we went for drinks with her, we met her quite a few times, and to find out that someone who you used to appreciate so much is actually just a really nice person, it's very nice, because I have met a few people that are not like that, where you can't wait to meet them, and then you do, and they're not so good. So I'm going to say that one. Sam Jenkins asks, hi Mark, what was your best moment in Westlife? Unfortunately, I think I just described it, but I'll give you one more just off the cuff. Not moment, but moments. literally just the amount of fun that us lads had together, out in dancing and having drinks and just all that kind of side of stuff. That's the one kind of most missed thing for me about being in Westlife. Fernanda asks, what question do you hate to answer? Well, I think what's your favourite colour has gone so far now that it's actually, I don't mind answering it anymore. And I actually don't even know. I think at the moment it's blue. But the one I hated answering the most is, when's Westlife getting back together? Because when Westlife were together, the one I hated getting asked the most was, when are you splitting up? And then we split up, and 2 minutes later, when are you getting back together? So that one. Let me see. Francesca Santini says, why did you choose Fire as the title of your album? Well, it came to a point where I was sort of having to choose a title, and I kind of had a few different ideas, but I chose Fire because it's a very short word. It's easy to understand for anybody, even if you don't speak English. It's also a very suggestive word visually. So I'm looking forward to being on tour and hopefully playing around with that kind of fire thing in the visual manner. And also because it's sort of, you know, it's a bit dangerous and dark, and my album, or certain parts of my album, are definitely a bit more like that, you know. So who knows? That's probably why, but I can't pinpoint it. All I remember is at the time it felt like a good idea and everyone liked it. And I hope you do too. Let me see who's next. Chanel. If you could write a song for another musician, who would it be and why? It's difficult. John Legend, Alicia Keys, Beyonce. I'd also like to write a song for a boy band or a girl band, because sometimes, you know, when I write songs for myself or whatever, it's sort of very deep and kind of, you know, all about sort of me and my experiences. So I'd love to just write some pop music where it's just nothing to do with, you know, personal heartbreaking experiences. Okay, I'm going to move quickly now because we're running out of time. Zahira, is there any chance you'll be doing Malaysia on your upcoming tour? Well, I would absolutely love to go back to Malaysia, all over sort of Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Indonesia. I love those places so much. Vietnam, Thailand, China. I really miss going to China. It's been too long. So absolutely, Malaysia would definitely be on that list once I get around to going down that way. Okay, let's skip forward. I'm answering as much as possible in the time allowed. Joe, or J-O, if Marcus was a dog for a day, whose dog would you be and why? It's one of the more interesting ones. I think I would probably be my own dog, so that I could see what it's like to have me as your master. That's such a weird answer. Anyways, thank you for your question. And we're going to go on to Sky News Claire. Although music is different from Westlife, is it nice to see Westlife fans are liking your solo songs? Well, absolutely it is. It's always nice to see anybody likes my songs. But when a Westlife fan sort of, the music's slightly different, but I think you'll find on my album not every song is different. There's lots of stuff in there that you know, is still very much pop music, and it's not all sort of, there's a variation, but the ones that they've heard so far, Love's a Drug and Butterfly, are quite different, and it's nice to see. You know, most of the comments are, you know, I still like hearing your voice in there amongst it and everything, so I'm very thankful for that. Yes, of course. Karen Irene Monteith. Would you ever do a duet with Shane Filan? I have done for 15 years, and I would pleasurably sing with him again anytime. Do you get nervous before you go on stage? From Liam Barlow. I do get nervous before I go on stage. I don't so much get nervous while I'm on the stage, because once I'm on the stage, especially now I'm solo, well, if I stop or if I mess up, then the whole show stops. So before I go on stage, I do, and I get a bit anxious. But then once I'm on stage, and it's been something that I've been like since I was 8 years old, singing in church, I was kind of always kind of shy and in the corner. And then the minute I got up to sing, for some reason, I just sort of got this confidence. So, yeah, thankfully I'm not nervous on stage, but before stage, yes. I'm just skipping. MarkFeehily.net, the very famous fan side of mine. Hi guys. Who's the first person who got to listen to your fully finished album? That would be my mum, my dad, my two brothers, and my goddaughter. I've done it for all through the years in the band, and I've done it again solo. Once I'm finished and everything's done, I bring it straight home, and I plug it into the system in the kitchen, and everyone sits there and turns off the TV and listens to it. And we go through track by track, and they tell me what they like and what their favourite songs are and stuff. So that's been sort of a tradition, and it hasn't stopped. Right, okay, I think we're getting to the end now, and Claire asks, Helena Andrade asks, what did you feel when you realised that Fire was finished? And I felt a massive sense of completion. I've been sort of making this album for 3 years. Once I had the finished copy in my hand, the artwork was designed, the songs were written, recorded, mixed. I wrote, I don't know how many songs, 50, 60 songs for this album, and to pick even the final 11 or 15 for the deluxe was very difficult, but once it was all finished, I was just like, okay, now I can sort of get to the next stage, which is releasing the album so that you guys can hear it, which leads me on to the live performances afterwards. So that's it. I was going to say short and sweet, but not so short, but very sweet. It's been lovely talking to you. Thank you for coming here to my home office and asking me all these questions and listening to me waffle on. So I will see you very soon. Thanks for everybody who's bought my album. I really hope you enjoy it, and take care for now. Bye-bye.